the first episode of I Am Beautifully Broken. I am your host, Lamekkiona, and to my left is Mia Kelly, who is my guest today. On this show, we do talk about mental health, self-awareness, and self-development. So today we're going to nitty pick with Mia Kelly to talk a little deeper into self-development and also the people you are surrounding yourself around. In 2022, we are taking a leap of faith and we're going to the extreme to get to the place that we want to get to. And today we're going to talk with Mia Kelly because she has a very powerful, she just has some powerful words that I have been an honor to listen to on Instagram or just in general. And I was like, it was the perfect first guest because I feel like she has so much to offer us and so much knowledge that she has that I want to put upon you guys. So I'm just going to get started, but before I do that, I do want to go ahead and introduce her and she just talk about anything she wants to tell us before we get started.
Okay, I'm Mia. I'm from Memphis. I'm 24. I just moved to Atlanta like almost a year ago. I'm a women's advocate, so I am starting up a women's empowerment organization where I mentor younger women, younger generations of women, and even women my age to find purpose, find identity, overcome heartbreaks, you name it. I'm all for the ladies. So that's what I'm up to.
We love that. I actually discovered her probably while we were in college. Yeah. And I just saw the growth in her and she seen the growth in me. So it was just a connection that we kind of just needed to just talk, get it out and just discuss so many different topics that we're going to talk about today. But the first topic we're going to talk about is the people we're surrounding ourselves around. Mm-hmm. Now, I know over the years that I have faced negative people around me, people who were not helping me to grow as a person. Like every time I expressed the idea to them or just even said, "Oh, I want to do this," they're kind of like, "Girl, you don't need to be doing that right now." Or they would lead it on, but as I progressed and got into a different space, it was like they got intimidated by it. Like it was like every time I would, talk about something, they would just kind of have always something negative to say, even if it wasn't directly towards me. It was, it was just in the atmosphere and it just felt so negative. So I just want to get your input as to how do you feel about that, or how have you overcome friends who haven't been in the same best interest as you?
Yeah, I used to be a person that said birds of a feather do not flock together. I always felt like you're not who you hang around until like a couple years ago, and it was like, okay, I'm hanging around people that are very stagnant, not really doing much, you know what I'm saying, just staying in the same place that they were years ago. And I noticed that I kind of was doing the same thing, like I wasn't making any progression. So it's like, like I'm hanging around the same people doing the same thing, So I just noticed that I needed to, remove myself if I ever wanted to progress and, reach my highest potential. So if you ever felt like you're not growing in the friendships that you're in, even though if y'all have been like friends for a long time, like I've been friends with people since middle school, and it was so hard to break away, like, because you're comfortable in that friend group, but it's like, do you want the best for yourself? Do you want to see the highest potential of yourself? You know what I'm saying? And I knew that my life is way bigger than now, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I couldn't just stay stagnant and stay in the same place. So you have to make that sacrifice if you want to, reach your highest potential. So yeah, whether that's removing yourself from the friend group, saying, "Hey y'all, I'm just on a different wave right now. I'm just trying to be a better person, a better woman." Right. So if that means, we could just talk here and there, or, we can't hang out all the time, or we could just be cordial, just keep that, I don't know, like at a cordial friendship, not like talking every day, because it's just not going to get you anywhere.
I want to piggyback off what you said about, removing yourself out of the friend group. In a situation where somebody has already been in that situation for so long, like you said, been friends since middle school, what is your best way of I know you talked about how you would, talk to them about it, but what if they are giving you a negative response? What do you do in that situation?
Honestly, I had to pray about it because I couldn't let go of the friendship on my own. So I was like, God, if they're not supposed to be in my life, then you do it. You show me. You move them out of my life.
Right.
If it's, if that's what you want for me. And so, like, a week later, everything just fell into shambles. So I just let God do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I couldn't physically do it. I couldn't mentally do it. So my best advice is to pray, and God will remove them if it's meant for it to be removed. So.
Right. And then I do want to piggyback off that also. Sometimes friends are only for a season.
Definitely.
And they have a reason behind it. God will show you so many things within that friendship that either you needed to learn or that you needed to remove yourself from. Yep. Because sometimes in those relationships, everybody always think, well, this was such a waste of time. You cannot ever think about a situation
because you learn something.
Yes, even in a relationship, like when you have a significant other, everything you learn within that relationship, you can grow from that.
Right.
And people have to realize there's a growth within that. Not
you grow out of friendships, out of relationships. That's just how I did. Like, we were friends for college, and that was just the college friends. And keep it at that, because I feel like if you try to take them to your next level, they're going to try to hinder you on your growth, on your passion, your way.
Right.
So,
you always got to ask yourself, is this serving me?
Right.
You really have to ask yourself that. I really had to understand that with friendships. I was like, I just had to sit down and say, is this really serving me? Yeah. And you can't think about it as, what am I getting out of this friendship? You can't always think about it like that. It has to be more so, what can we do as a friendship to grow? Yeah. Either we can stay growing together or we have to leave each other behind. Right. And it's always got to be no hard feelings, because you got to understand when you are in a position to grow and your friends are not growing with you, they are bringing you down.
Definitely.
And then you wonder why, hey, I've been doing this for 6 months. Why is it no growth here? The people you're surrounding yourself with are pulling you. Yes, they're hindering you, and they're pulling you down to where would you go and what would you do in that situation? What would you do when you had a friend that always had something negative to say, or always called you about something negative? Now that is a situation that is hard to get by.
And then people know, they see your power, they see your worth, and they don't want to get you to that, that level. They don't want you to succeed. You know what I'm saying? So they'll do anything they want to hold you back. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? To keep you where they at. Right. Yeah. So y'all can stay on the same level, but you got to elevate, but they don't want you to elevate.
Right. They want you to stay in that stagnant area, like where we kind of just feeding off each other. You got to get out of that space. So I really wanted to touch bases on that, because I feel like that's something that in 2022 we still are facing. And at the end of 2021, we're still, even though we're saying at the beginning we got new beginnings, we're doing this and we're doing that, but you got to understand, in order for you to get in that different position, you have to put yourself in a different position to grow into that place you want to. So that's why I really wanted to talk about that, because I feel like in friend groups, it has been where it's been a lot of this or that, or talking about your friends, or always having something negative to say. I do understand that things happen in life. Yeah. And you have things where it brings you to the maximum down, like you don't even know what you're going to do as your next step. But you got to remember, you can only tell your friends certain things. Piling all that information on them only stagnates them also, because they are, as a friend, as a real friend, that puts you in a space where you're down, because you're feeling the pain that your friends are talking about. So you're like, how do I do this, get in that different space, if I'm always saying something negative to my friend about this or that? Like, I'm not And then when you listen to your friend, you actually listen to them, they're never coming up with a solution. They're always talking about the problem. And that's what you got to realize. When you have friends that always talk about the problem and never the solution, those are not the kind of friends you want around you.
Right.
Because I even stop my friends sometimes if they're talking to me about something that's going on in their life. And I ask them, what is your solution?
What are you going to do about it?
Yes, I gave you 10 minutes. 15 minutes
to complain.
Now what are you gonna do about it?
And I hate talking to people that just not trying. Like, okay, this is the problem. Now what's next?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How you gonna get over this? Complaining not gonna do nothing.
It's not.
But make it worse.
Right. Then you still talking about the same situation for weeks.
And I already gave you the advice. 9 times out of 10, I gave you advice. So my hands is off of it.
Right.
I can't help people that don't want help. Like,
how many times do you think in a situation when they come to you about a problem, when is it that place where it's like you're not doing nothing about it?
I feel like, I don't know, I'm such a giving and selfless person where I want to help you so bad, you know, so no matter how many times you come to me, I'm going to want to help you.
Right.
But there does come a time where I'm like, what is the point of me giving you advice if you're not going to take it? You know what I'm saying? So I can't tell you how many times it takes. I really don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to get out of that giving spirit because it's not always good. You know what I'm saying? People really use you. You know what I'm saying? So I can't always give out my energy because it's draining on me sometimes. So,
it is.
I don't know. Like I said, I pray about certain situations, and that's one of them. Cause I don't know.
Because I think for me that I learned was after the second time.
The second time?
The second time. Because the first time, you always want to give somebody a chance to learn from that. What you just told me. Learn from that to grow from that. But when it's the second time, it just feels like you're not doing nothing about it at this point. You're complaining.
And then some people, they just want to complain. They don't want to hear your advice. They don't want to get unsolicited advice from you. They just want to talk. I don't want to hear that unless you're coming up with a solution. We're coming up, with something to help you or make you better. But it's like, I don't know what to say or do if you just want to come and just complain. Right. And they don't want the advice. So I don't know. I have that problem right now.
I do have that problem too because I want to be there for you.
Yeah, like they just want to vent.
Yeah. I want to be that person that you can come and vent to.
Right.
I want to, because I want that for my friends. I want them to be able to come to me and express themselves because I'm their friend. I want to be that friend for you. But it's a certain amount of times where I just feel like, okay, now it's nothing.
Years.
Yes. It's giving months.
Yeah.
It's giving long time. It's like,
what we doing?
What we doing? Because I feel like I was that person for a while.
Okay.
And I want to admit that because I don't want to just piggyback off my friends and say, oh, they're the problem. Because sometimes I can be the problem.
Yeah, right. You're right.
So I want to say to everyone that sometimes you are the problem also. Mm-hmm. So you want to admit that too when you are the problem because I want to bag up and say, hey, I am the problem sometimes. And that's where my bad.
Right.
That was my mistake for allowing you to take on so many of my things and then that be a hinder on you.
Right.
Because you want your friends to grow too. And if you're putting tolls on them too, you got to be grown enough to say, I did do that. I'm sorry. So the accountability falls into that line. And I do want to say to everyone that if you are one of those people, you and your friend need to sit down and talk about that. Because both of you need to understand that you can both be hindering each other.
Right.
And you got to ask each other, what can we do to fix this?
And I feel like that's so big. I feel like friendships nowadays, we don't communicate. Like, we don't say, girl, we having a problem. We can sit down and talk about it. You not growing, but I'm trying to grow. Right. We don't, you know what I'm saying? We don't have those type of conversations anymore. And I feel like that's why friendships are coming to a downfall, Yeah. Communication is very big. And I never, really... I don't know, took that into account until now that I'm an adult. So communication is definitely important. So
we're gonna end on this topic communication is everything.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't speak up, who's gonna speak up for you?
Yeah.
You're gonna keep lagging onto
Mm-hmm.
your friendship of just this thing of she bringing me down,
Mm-hmm.
instead of letting her know that. Let your friends know, if you're letting me down, let's fix this.
Right.
If you want to fix the friendship, if the friendship is not being fixed and it can't be fixed, then you have to understand that you both tried.
Right.
But once that is over, that you both tried and you tried to repair the friendship and it wasn't any repairing to do, then you just have to let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. Let God.
Let it go. Let God.
So I know we started off with a deep topic,
that was
but
a little deep.
Yeah, that was a little deep. Got a little.
Yeah.
I'm like, woo, I got a little hot.
No, for real.
So the next subject we're gonna talk about is the social media impact.
Okay.
I want to touch bases on this because I personally just had this experience a couple months ago.
Okay.
Last year in around, I would say like my birthday was the first time I felt that social media impact like to the fullest.
Mm-hmm.
And that took a toll on my body, my mind, my soul, just everything, because I was questioning, where am I? I'm 25 years old. What am I doing? Why do I not have this? Why do I not have that? Why am I keep talking about this, that, and the third, and it's not happening? Mm-hmm. And I just realized that I was letting social media put this in my mind, like, you need to have this, you need to have that. Like, I even went to, let me just say, for example, when I needed to buy a new car, right? I was going to Mercedes-Benz, BMWs, Range Rover, $70,000 cars, $65,000 cars. And it's like, baby, your tax bracket ain't even there. Why are you trying to put yourself in a position to fail? Because realistically, let's put it in a realistically point of view. If your tax bracket is not there, if you can't buy it twice, you're not in that tax bracket. Yeah, you're not in that tax bracket. So I had to put myself back in that, hey, come back to planet Earth, girl, because you went off as to, these cars and stuff, and then you putting yourself in a position to be like, oh, I got this in the public eye, but you struggling to pay that car note.
Deep down,
Yes. So I just wanted to touch basis on that, about how social media can put you in a mind space of, I need this, I need that. I'm 25, I'm 22. Why I don't have this?
Yes. I have so much to say about social media. I always do cleanses. I'm actually on one right now, but I got on today, so.
Okay.
But no, I always do fast from social media because I honestly feel like it's like the devil's app. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you go to a restaurant, this is everybody.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just so, like, I don't even know what to say. Like, it sucks your energy. And, like, you just be on there all day scrolling. When you could have been doing something regarding your purpose, your passion, but you on there comparing yourself like, dang, I'm 24, she 22, and she got a Benz with floor to ceiling window condo.
Right.
She got a, you know what I'm saying, everything that you want, and she younger than you, or y'all the same age. It's like, dang, what am I doing wrong?
Right. It's
just, you be on there comparing yourself to the next person, to the next man. It's just like, I don't know. Like, I hate it. Like, I always just take a break from it because it's like, okay, you need to get back to yourself, you and God, and figure out what you need to do instead of being on there scrolling and looking at everybody else's life. So I just feel like if you ever been to like a point in your life where you like, am I doing something wrong? I feel so worthless. Like, I'm not doing what God want me to do. Or you want to, no, let's talk about the BBL culture.
Okay. Let's get to it.
Oh, wait a minute.
Let's get to it.
Because I feel like social media has an impact on that.
Right.
Everybody wants this perfect body, big booty with the no waist, with the,
Coke bottle.
Yeah,
Coke
but that's
bottle.
not realistic.
Right.
It's not at all. And like, young girls are like 16, 18 want to do it now. And it's like, no, like, love yourself, love your body. What you see on social media is fake.
Right.
And then the people that you see on social media, they got these lavish lifestyles, luxury lifestyles. Deep down, they're depressed.
Right.
They probably want what you have as far as peace of mind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Stable. You have a normal life, 9 to 5. You don't got to worry about no blogs, no nothing.
Right.
So they probably want what you have while you want what they have.
Right.
So deep down inside, we all need to just worry about ourselves.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Stay in the present moment. And always take breaks from social media.
Yeah. How long do you think you should take a break? Like, what is your standard cleanse? Like, how long do you normally stay off social media?
Yeah, so usually I try to make a goal for myself.
Okay.
So say I want to work out for 10 days.
Okay.
If I worked out for 10 days straight, okay, I'll get back on social media.
Okay.
Say I wanted to, find a graphic designer to make my logo for my business brand.
Right.
I did that. Okay, I can get back on social media. So I just make a goal for myself, and then if I accomplish that goal, that's like a
reward.
Yeah, like a reward
Okay.
for myself. Or I remember in college I had fasted for like 6 months.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, but I was lost, and I
Right.
wanted some like
Peace of
peace.
mind. Yeah.
And I wanted God to change my mindset,
Right.
and I wanted to find purpose.
Okay.
And I didn't get back on there until I found my purpose.
Well,
So
that's
it's like
good.
goal oriented for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that was kind of what I was struggling with. What did I want to do in life?
Yeah.
I feel like my boyfriend and I had a YouTube channel.
Mhm.
And I feel like it was taking a toll on me because I was in that position to where I'm trying so hard to get to the famous YouTube couple
Right. Mhm.
and stuff like that. But in a relationship, it's more so you see these little relationships where they got roses all over the floor and they got all this stuff going on as far as their relationship. It's all picture perfect, right?
Picture perfect.
Picture
That's it.
perfect. But then they don't talk about when the downtimes in your relationship, how it can really take a toll on you. Sometimes y'all don't even want to be in the same room.
Exactly.
Or in this situation where they always going on trips and stuff stuff like that. Are you repairing the relationship as a whole before you're trying to put all the flashy stuff in the face of I love you. Let me show you this.
Right.
But are they showing you that at home, physically at home? Are they showing
No.
you the love and affection as a whole?
It's
Where,
just all
where
cameras.
where nobody's seeing all this, what they doing for you. But on social media, they're seeing all the diamonds and all that stuff. But you gotta realize that social media can have an influence on you as far as like in life.
Yeah.
Because let's just put it in, for example, De'Ara and Ken, they broke up, right? But everybody like, well, I just give up on relationships. Do y'all know how much was going on behind closed doors to say, I wanted that type of relationship now that they broke up? That is not realistic. Do y'all know how many cheating scandals by itself?
Right, exactly.
And you want that's what you want? You want these cheating scandals and you want him to publicly show that you're right.
Yeah.
It's like that's not realistic on a social media impact. How is that? Oh, that's what I want. Why would you want that?
Right.
Who would want somebody to be public humiliating them, doing all this stuff, not saying that De'Ara allowed that. That's not what I'm saying. I don't want anyone to think that I was saying that she allowed that. I'm saying in general, why would you want to compare your relationship to their relationship to say, oh, that's what I want? Why would you want that? What are you wanting out of that?
Right. And when you look at these couples on like social media, you also have to think that most of the time it's business. They all in it for business and money. You know what I'm saying? So just don't look at it as like, dang, I want that. Dang, why my boyfriend don't do that? Like, it's business. They just doing it for the money. They are not trying to help you find your love, your wife, your husband. It's not like, it's strictly money business. So don't try to compare yourself in your relationship to theirs.
Right. Because if you know at home your relationship is good, it's healthy, you know, like even me and my boyfriend and I have made a pact that we don't post each other on social media. 5 years in, we stuck to that.
Yeah.
And people be like, why he don't post you on
Worry
social
about
media?
the wrong thing.
For what? For what? To show that we're together? To show that we're doing this or doing
we know
that?
what's going on.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah. And I just think when people say that, I'm just like, you don't understand what we understand with each other.
Yeah.
It's not necessary. And if you and your partner have sat down and said, we don't have to do this, this is what we're
and if
on.
that's what y'all want to do, then
let them do it. That's what I want y'all to understand.
Right.
It doesn't make it better if somebody posts you every single day.
Those be the ones that be cheating. Hey, I've seen
cheating.
It. I have seen it.
I have seen it with my own eyes.
Trust me.
Posting them every single day, but over there with a whole nother
doing
girl.
They don't got no business.
Right. So
Definitely.
that doesn't change the status of your relationship or how the love is real, because the love is gonna be real in your house
moment. Yes.
In your household. That is the love. That's the real love. Not what you post on social media to say, oh, we've been together this long, this, that, and the third. And it's like, no.
Right.
Now, back then, I'm going to say when we first got together, I wasn't like that. I was not
Man
like
Crush
that.
Monday.
No, I wasn't doing that. I wasn't doing that one. I think it was more so that when friends came to me and like I wasn't bothered by it.
Yeah.
But when friends bring it up to you, which we going back to friends, when it's brought up to you, you like, dang, why are you not posting?
People are probably jealous. They want your relationship, so they want you to feel bad and like, oh, now you got an issue with your boyfriend because your friend's jealous of your relationship.
Yeah,
you know?
I think it was definitely an argument within that time frame that, why you not posting it. But I had to learn and it all goes back to communication. You have to communicate what your standards are.
Right.
That's what I want to talk about next. What is your standards? Are you placing a certain standard to say, I want this, I want that? Especially like in relationships or friendships. What is your standard? What are you setting the standard as? Are you letting people know up front what you're not going to tolerate?
Okay. Yeah.
So I want to talk about that. Like, just what is your standard? How do you come to someone about what is your standard?
Honestly, I don't think I've ever just vocally said, I don't want this, I want this. It's kind of like, you see me.
Right.
I'm a girl of value, of worth. I know my worth, and you know I know my worth.
Right.
So you know how I'm coming, so you should come as such.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, it doesn't need to be said.
Okay.
I feel like it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. That's just how I feel, though.
Yeah.
Do you?
So I think with me, at first, I was like you.
Yeah.
I feel like you know who
But
I
see,
am.
the thing is, I'm single in your relationship, so you probably know, like, what's best. You know what I'm saying? So, that's the two different
I'm
perspectives.
finna say, I'm going to say when I was single.
Yeah, right. Good.
From that standpoint, I didn't never say it. I just kind of let them assume.
Right.
So when I got with my boyfriend, I actually set a standard because I got tired of
assuming that you know what I want.
Yes, assuming that you know what I want. So instead of me always doing what I normally do and like let them, think what I want is what I want, and it wasn't what I wanted. So I was like, you know what?
Right.
When I was working on myself before I got with my boyfriend, I said to myself, what do I want? What do I not want? What is not working for me? It's like I always put it in the standpoint of, in my mind, what do I want and not what the man wants for me.
Right. That's good.
So I think it was more so, and I had just learned that a few years ago. It wasn't always like that with that mindset.
I'm in this space right now where I'm like surrendering. So I'm like allowing life to life.
Okay.
And if I feel like I'm doing too much, I'm having to tell you what to do.
Right.
Then that you're not for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's all supposed to flow.
Right.
Because if it's for you, you don't have to do too much. You don't have to work too hard, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So that's just how I am right now. Like, I'm just allowing everything to flow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I got to do too much, I don't want it.
Well, I feel you on that because after you set the standard.
Right. Exactly.
After you set that standard, that's all. This is what I want. If you can't
up to that,
yeah, then go. You can
I
go.
just have to tell you again. Hey, I said this is what I want. You know what I'm saying? I have to give you a reminder.
Yeah. That's so true.
Yeah.
Because I think that you can only tell somebody so much. And if I keep having to repeat myself, then you're not listening.
Right.
At this point, you're not listening to my thoughts and my opinions and what do I want, because men have a standard too.
Yeah.
So regardless of, they always talking about, I want the big booty and all that. After that, what do you want? Because they always want something after that. It's not always just gonna be the booty, the breast and all that stuff. It's things after that you will either keep the man or he gonna go.
Yeah.
And that's it. And that's all you can do. Because you can't hold on to a man that doesn't want to be kept.
Oh no.
So if you don't want to be kept, you can go.
Yeah, facts.
So that's just that.
Facts.
So I just want to say, ladies, that always set a standard for what you want. And like Miss Mia said, that she lays it out online, this is the woman I am. So if you can't come with that kind of energy,
then don't come
at all. So women, when you have a way of carrying yourself, you have to carry
I feel like that's what it is.
Yeah.
How you carry yourself, how people see you is how they're going to treat you.
Yeah.
That's true.
And what you will allow
will continue
to go.
Yep.
So you have to understand that when we say standard, you have to put yourself in that presence that shows that I'm a lady.
Right.
And I'm not going to tolerate this or that.
Yes.
But don't come off like aggressive,
Yeah.
like, ready to fight. I'm like, calm down. Let's not do that. But I'm just saying in general, let them know in the most respectable way if they even come at you in that kind of manner, because some men will try you.
Definitely.
And let me say, for the women who like women will try you too. So let me just
everybody
say that.
Gonna try each other.
Yeah, everybody gonna try each other. So I just want to say that.
Yes.
But set the standard on what you want, because people will only give you so much of what they see that you're portraying.
Exactly.
So if you let them know up front, there is no question. So the standard has to be your standard. Don't let nobody else put that on you, what standard you need or want. So let them know what's up.
I put into like a perspective. If you see a man wear a suit every day, you're gonna come to him with respect and class. If you see a man that sag with a regular white wife beater on, you're gonna be like, what's up? Like it's different. It's how you carry yourself, how you look, how you present yourself.
That's
so
true.
Always show up with class and grace.
She put it best.
Period.
Class and grace.
Yep.
That's all you can do. After that, that's on them. How they take it.
Yep.
If you coming with class and you doing your thing, then don't let a man take you down to that space where you just question yourself a lot.
Yep.
Because when a man ever makes you question your identity for who you are as a person, do not allow them to take that from you, because that is something nobody can take away from you. Your identity, you as a person, nobody can take that away from you unless you allow them to.
Yep, correct.
And that's
so true.
That is all I'm gonna say on that one. So the last topic we're gonna talk about is like self-development. And when I say self-development, I just mean as when you're in a space where you have a vision and you want to grow, but you're like, I want to do this, but my mind is not there. How do you go about that when you are in that space where I want to do something? I know I want to do this, but I'm not in the right headspace. What do I do?
I feel like you have to evaluate what's around you, as far as your friends, as far as the environment you're living in, your house, maybe toxic household.
That's true.
Social media. So I would say go on a fast from everything, social media, TV, and just let it be you and God, and let Him direct you on how you should do what you want to do.
Right.
Journal. That's my favorite thing.
My favorite thing,
It is so beneficial. Like, just writing down your thoughts, your feelings, what you want to do. It's like talking to, I don't know, somebody, like a friend, you know?
It's like
just
yourself.
venting. Yeah.
It's like the other self of you.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I agree with that. What were you saying?
No, you go ahead.
Yeah. So I would just say fast from a lot of different things that's in your life that you feel like is causing you to not meet up with what you want to do.
Right.
And journal and pray.
Right. I'm gonna piggyback off that. So I've personally experienced like a toll on my where I wanted to get somewhere, but I could never get there because I was so caught on other things, like where I'm gonna just say trauma. I was letting
we all have trauma.
Yes, we all have trauma, which is why this show is called I Am Beautifully Broken, because we always repairing things that we're working on.
Yeah.
So like, say you had trauma that was from 10 years ago and you finally worked up to get that trauma on past you.
Right.
There's always something else that comes into your life that you have to face.
Yes.
So that's why I say I'm beautifully broken, because we have so many things. Not saying that you're broken.
Right.
You are just evaluating and elevating. So it's always something you are not broken about, but something that you have to face head on.
Right. And I feel like life is just all about rediscovering yourself, because when you were a child, you were so genuine and you saw the world through genuine eyes. So you didn't have any flaws or, any trauma. You knew what you wanted to be when you were younger. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you started to grow up and you started to see people treat you wrong, do you, just bad things happening to you, it builds up that trauma, and now you don't know who you are anymore, what you want to do. So it's all about rediscovering yourself when you were a child.
Right.
So I don't know, it's all about breaking up all this trauma and child generation curses and all this other stuff. So rediscovering who you are is so important.
I think that's the most important point, like rediscovering yourself, because self-development all starts with discovery, and it all starts with you looking within.
Yes.
And sometimes that is the time where you really have to be by yourself, with yourself. Like, you can go on dates by yourself.
I do that.
Let's put that in perspective, ladies, because people always say, well, I don't got nobody to go with. Go by yourself. Now, I can see in the situations of the club and spaces in the nightlife.
Right.
I understand that, because as women, we are facing where it's men out there that don't have the same best interests, and
that's true.
They have a mind of their own. So let me just say that. But I'm saying during the day where you're wanting to do things, and people are thinking like, well, I'm gonna wait till a friend can go with me. No, go by yourself, because that is the time that you're really discovering yourself, how you are as a person. Can you be around other people and treat them with respect? When you're by yourself and you're sitting there, can you make conversation with people you don't even know?
But I feel like people just not comfortable with themselves. They always have to have somebody with them. But I feel like that's why they don't know who they are, because they're avoiding that me versus me time.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes, that's good.
So they need somebody with them, so they don't have to figure out who they are or like what's wrong with me, try to figure out their trauma and their problems. They just need somebody to, I don't know, what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, because you're saying like when people need somebody always around to not face those demons.
Not face your fears, the demons, all of that.
Right. That's very true, because that's why we say self-development is everything, and self-discovery is the most important part, because you have to think about all the things that you have experienced through life. Like Mia said, when you are a child, you are just the genuinest person, because you have not faced the world head on first. But once you experience that, there's always a rediscovery in who you want to be, because everybody can put this or that onto you, that you need to be this or you need to be that.
Thing. Your parents always want to tell you, you need to go to school, you need to go here. that's not what I want to do.
Right.
But then you want to make your parents proud and happy, so you do what they want you to do.
Right.
But the whole time, it's bringing you away from your purpose that God has, called you to do.
Right.
So that's a whole nother thing. Like
that's important. That's important because let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
With family having this, well, you're to be the first one to graduate in the family. That was me.
Yes, me too.
Because I didn't want to go to college. And it wasn't because I just said F college like that. It's because I had a purpose in my life that already was, going further and further. So I wanted to pursue that. But it was always in my head that, you need to be the first one to graduate from college. Your mom did all this and that for you. You got to make her proud.
Right.
So I did go to college.
Yeah, same.
I registered late. February. Look, February I thought about going to college. And you go to college in what is it? Like August.
Yes, August.
But that's a late registration when it's always in February.
Yeah.
So I didn't even want to go to college. I had this whole plan. I was in this program that was really like taking me in the right direction. And I just felt like I wanted to pursue that. I was getting on TV, I was just at different type of stuff I had never done before, never even found that discovery about myself that I had a power of speaking to people. I had a power of, expressing myself that people understood me. And people, wanted to know more because I was, I had so many things that I could talk about because it was so much that I rediscovered about myself that I wanted to express to women.
Right.
Because as women, sometimes we don't want to say what's on our mind. We don't want people to know what we're going through.
Right.
Like me expressing myself about having my breaking point last year was something I don't think I would ever talk about because I was like, why would I want to tell everybody?
Girl, that's
that
same
I was
for me. Because I had posted on social media. I think it was like 2020 or 2019.
I read that. I read
where
your
I posted
whole
about
post.
my breakup.
I teared
Worst
up.
time of my life, but God was telling me post it.
Yeah.
Some girls is going through the same thing you're going through.
Right.
So I was like, okay. And I'm a person of privacy. I hate people
Me
knowing
too.
my business. But
I'm private.
it's like God said your life is a testimony. And so many other people need to know how to maneuver through this situation or, just the mental space that you were in. And I was just like, I cannot post this. Like, I don't need people knowing what I was going through.
Right.
But I posted it and so many girls like DM me was like, oh my gosh, I'm going through the same thing.
Oh my
like,
goodness.
it was crazy. It was crazy. But
that's
yes.
always the power in it, like you expressing yourself, and so many women are going through the same way, which is why I started like Love is Beauty, I Am Beautifully Broken, like all that in one, because it was so many things that I feel like needed to be talked about, which is why I wanted you on here today, because I feel like you had so much knowledge and understanding of women as a whole, because as a woman, as a black woman, we have these generational curses, we have these things where people, put this, we are bitter black women, like all these different stereotypes that it's like, I'm not even that. We're not that. We as women are not that. We as women are not what people say we are. We have so much to offer to this world. And why don't we do it by bringing women on here to show how women, when we come together, how powerful and how motivated it can be, and how challenging it can be to sit in a room with a woman and talk about things that we would not talk about all the time.
Yeah. And it's so important for me to express how powerful us women are, because when I was going through that breakup in college, or just in college period, like I was so down bad, like, and it was like the worst time of my life, and I would never want to experience it again. But it's so many people that are going through that today, and I know that I didn't have anybody to talk to back then, so I want to be that person that other people can talk to.
I love that.
While they're going through that, because I know what you're going through. You know what I'm saying? So, and it was just a bad time, and I didn't have nobody to talk to, so I know exactly how it feels. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
I would say, also to add on to that, sometimes as women we don't want to say I need therapy.
I need help. Yes.
I need help. Right? We as women have been I feel like you are one of the people that was always strong in your family.
Yes.
Me too. We are the strong ones.
Yes.
So
but the strong ones need help.
The strong ones need help too,
We need
right?
a lot of help.
We need a lot of help because we put so much on our mind
Right.
and our bodies and
Yes.
our souls that when it's like when we have our breaking point, people are like, "Why are you having a breaking point?"
Yes.
It's like, but we can have
Yes.
one too.
Yes.
We can be strong and have a breaking point where we just like, I can't take it no more. I can't do this no more. What do I need to do? Because I've been holding all this stuff in for so long.
Yep.
That's
trying to help you and trying to help you
and trying to help you and you and you and you.
And yes, whole time I need help too.
I know. I'm like, did you want to ask if I was
Yeah,
okay?
right.
Hello, am I okay?
Right.
Are you okay?
They ain't gonna ask you that.
Nah, they ain't gonna ask you that though. And I think as a strong woman, that sometimes we don't even know how to express we need help.
Yep.
So in that sense, how have you learned to say I need help? In that sense,
To be honest, I haven't.
me either.
Girl, that's bad.
That's bad, right?
I haven't. But I did say I want to go to therapy, but it's so hard in my work schedule, so I don't know what I'm gonna do.
So that's why I feel like this is also like a therapy.
Yeah, like a
thing.
session, venting session.
Yeah, a venting session because we need to get it out.
Yes.
But I feel like it's more comfortable when you're talking to a woman that
Yes.
feels like it's on that same
Level
and energy as you.
Right.
So
right.
when you guys talk about it, it's like easy.
Yeah.
It's like so easy to say
Yeah,
say this or
definitely.
that about it.
Definitely.
So I think you just have, when you have that strong friend, the most important thing is to ask them if they're okay.
Check on your strong
Check on your
friends.
strong friends, okay?
Help out here.
We need help out here. We need
For real.
the time to express ourselves, but also, like we talked about in the beginning, let your friends know that that's what you're coming with.
Exactly.
So that y'all know as a whole
Yes.
what is about to be said.
Mhm.
And how this, and in that sense, at the end of that conversation, you both need to say, what can we do to fix this?
How can y'all help each other?
How can you help you? How can I help you? How can I help you and you help me at the same time?
Yeah.
How can we grow
Right.
from this situation?
Right.
But allow your friends only little 15 minutes.
Okay.
Break it down. Look, let's
Okay.
break it down.
Don't drag.
Don't drag it, okay? 15 minutes. That's all you get.
Max.
Look, friend, you got 15 minutes.
Okay.
Once we get to that 15 minute
Uh-huh.
mark, you need to tell me the real, what we gonna do about this.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
let your friends know, 15 minutes, that is it.
That's all.
That is it. 5 minutes, resolution time.
Yes. We need to
Your
come up with a plan.
your calls need to be 20 minutes. 20 minutes.
Yep.
Not an hour, not 2 hours talking about the same thing.
Exactly.
Why this man and that man, let him go. Let him go. Let the friend go. If you gotta drag it for 2 hours,
Don't worry about
don't worry about it. You need to let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go. So the last segment is, this is a little emotional,
Oh, Lordy.
but I want you to grab your phone
Okay.
and you're gonna talk to the future Mia
Ooh.
2023.
2023?
Yes, you're gonna tell her just a little short thing
Oh,
of
Lordy.
what
I don't know what I'm
the woman you are going to be
Ooh.
in 2023. Talk to her.
2023,
Talk to her.
okay.
Mia Kelly. Talk to her.
Okay. Phone ringing.
Okay, phone ringing.
Okay. Hey, girl. You are so powerful this year. You have grown to be such an amazing woman who found her purpose through so much trauma and dedication and just goal driven. And I'm so proud of you because through all the things that you have faced, You overcame it. You became who you wanted to be. God has called you to be so many things and, help so many women, and you did that. You thought that you were going to be just a regular girl, just living in Memphis, just making it by just going day to day. But you finally did it. I'm so proud of you. And keep going. Yeah. Bye, girl.
Oh my God, y'all, that was good.
Was it?
That was good.
I don't know.
That was good.
I could have gone on and on, but it's like, nah.
That was good. And I say that to say that you see the vision in yourself.
Definitely.
And that's the most powerful thing you can ever do for yourself.
Yeah.
Is see the vision before somebody even sees it.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I say it was powerful, because you saw what you...
And that's so important, because you have to know, you have to see the vision for yourself, because if you let someone else do it,
Right.
then they are going to guide your life.
Right.
Which is totally different from what God has for you.
Right.
So you got to know your vision for yourself first before someone else will have for you.
Right. So I'm going to do the same thing, because
Yes.
I'm not going to leave you hanging.
Okay.
I'm going to also... Hold on, let me get my phone. All right. So I'm going to talk to myself in 2023. Phone ringing, y'all.
It's right.
Hey, girl. It's 2023, and you did so many great things this year. You started your business. You kept going when things got hard. Even when the orders weren't coming in, you still had faith that they would keep coming in. And next year, around this time, you will be 6 figures, okay? You is in 6-figure bracket. You can get that car you was looking at in 2021. And you can say to yourself, I did that, girl, because you did it. And you are great. Bye.
Period. That was good. That's good. It was 6 figures for me.
Yeah, 6 figures. 6 figures and up,
Okay,
case breakers,
only.
okay? So when them orders are not coming in and you started your business and you like, how can I keep strategizing to make this better, because I want people to see my vision as great as me? Don't ever think that just because the orders are not coming in right at this time, that it's the end. That is when God is challenging you to see if you're going to keep pushing through.
Do you have faith in me?
Do you have faith in me? Do you have faith in the vision that you had?
And another thing I always think about is tomorrow might be the day that I win. So why give up today?
Right.
So you just never know when that breaking point gonna come where everything just happen all of a sudden. So keep the faith. You never know when that day may come. It may be today, maybe tomorrow,
maybe in a couple months. But you gotta keep. I don't care if you post that thing every day, because I'm gonna keep posting mine every day, because I see the vision, and I want other people to see the vision. But that can only come with their eyes opening to my vision. It can't come from me always putting it in their face. There. After a while, it becomes repetitive to you, because you want people to see your vision so bad that you start to question your own vision. So when you doing that, don't ever question your vision, because your vision will come to light to others as time progresses. Right. So don't ever think that, oh, I just posted on the first, I don't got no orders. That's okay. Because as time progresses, you don't know, in 3 months, you could have over 100 orders. You just have to keep that faith that God will put you in that right position as time progresses, because you have to know that it's always preparation. So when them orders coming in 100 orders, are you prepared for that? Are you ready for that? Because you asking for that, but are you ready for that? So just remember, always be in preparation for the greatest things to come. And that's all I can say on the end.
Yes, that's so true. So right.
I do want to thank you for coming in today.
Thank you.
This was awesome to just hear the point of views. This was amazing. When she was speaking on the phone, I almost teared up. Did y'all see me? Did y'all see me? But it's okay. Like I said, I want to thank you so much for coming in today.
I'm so proud of you. This is great. This is awesome. So many women need to see this, need to hear this. So many women are depending on you. So keep going. Don't ever, be like, dang, this is not getting anywhere. Just like what you just told them. You never know when your day gonna come. So yeah, I'm proud of you. Keep
I'm
going.
proud of you too.
Thank
because you spoke so much volume into your own message, and you show women that you can overcome anything.
Yes.
A breakup, lost a parent, whatever it is, you can always overcome anything you have put whatever you've been in, because people love a story.
Yes,
a
that's all you
storyline.
need.
Yes, a
That's all you need.
storyline that speaks volume to who you are as a person. And that's the most important thing, is always staying true to yourself and who the person you want to be.
So true. Love that.
Woo!
Yes.
Y'all,
Keep going, girl.
I'm a little emotional, y'all.
Me too. That made me look.
Yeah, because this is why I created I Am Beautifully Broken, is to showcase the women who have power and volume into their lives, and how it's changing and evolving all this time. Just from going from something, being in a different situation. I want you guys to see, you ladies, women, men, anybody who comes to this show, to understand that the main priority is for you guys to see the vision from a standpoint of when I was here and now that I'm here, what am I doing about it now to grow? Because everybody has a story, and somebody's story can always touch another person.
Yes.
So I want to thank you guys for tuning in today to I Am Beautifully Broken, and I'll see you guys next week on I Am Beautifully Broken Live.